Okay, I think I'm live. Cool. I'm gonna post this quick and then get to. Cool. Okay. Yeah. So I am filing, so I probably sound like a robot. Not much to be done about it. I really need to get some stuff done tonight, so I got to be more focused on actually building and stuff rather than um having the highest quality audio. I'm working on trying to get some PRs out the door because I've been basically just playing Zelda for a couple weeks and haven't gotten much done. So I'm going to try and get that overhaul to the Perks mod that I've been putting off for forever done because it'll be nice for other people to have that organization as well. And so the big thing I'm trying to do is yeah, get all of that stuff done. And so the big one that I wanted to add for tonight that I think will be really useful is actually an input function for EOC, so that you can prompt the player, input a number with these parameters, and it'll read that number into math, so that you can actually get that get a value out directly from the player. And so I'm going to try and see if that works. And if it does, it'll be great. And I hope that will be the case. So yeah, I've already kind of built some stuff similar to how I did last time. This is a global function though. It's not player or NPC based. So we just have an input, and it's the numerical input, and it's will. Here's the code over here, and this doesn't work just yet, but basically it creates a pop-up, uh, asks you, uh, and I don't know what the exact format of this will be. I'll clean that up in a bit. But it's you can specify basically a prompt and a default value to fall back to if the player cancels it. And then I need to fix this stoy because it isn't stoy, it is something else. If I recall, there's a really nice way that somebody does this in ESC tests. Andre, it's a nice clean way of converting these. Stop. Okay, it is just stopped. All right. So if I go over to too many brackets. Yeah, and then so this is gonna have to be. I'm gonna have to convert this to. Let's make it. That still works. And we're trying the pop-up value as a float as well, if need be. And so, just working on building right now. Making decent progress. Shouldn't take too long, hopefully. And until then, I'm just going to clean up some Perks mod stuff, because that's where I'm at. So, a big one is all the empath stuff is now. Oh, shoot. I'm going to make this invisible for a second, because I gotta load up my folders. And I'm back. Okay. So empath is going to be doing stuff wrong now because I changed how these mutators work. So, ba-bum. Yeah, so it's not accessor anymore. This got swapped, so I gotta pull up the new way I'm doing it. Is mutators. So I'm sure there's test data here that does. Okay, and so it's just mutator of a type. So I think that's simple. Oh, of course, of course, of course. Yeah, it'd be the M type ID. That would be our variable. So it's like this one. Confusing myself. All flustered tonight. So in this case, we do still want to compare strings, but this back stuff here, basically our context val will be victim type. This whole chunk becomes the thing. Get rid of that. Then do 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 do. I think I could simplify all of this too, though it kind of does look nice as is. Gee. Right, and so I think that is cleaned up. Still building, getting there though. So empath should work. Those changes, and it's basically good to go. There's a possibility I should fix things further, but this is like a decent bit of progress on it. A Juggernaut works too, it looks like. Do need to add new documentation. So this is an exciting stuff, but it still needs to get done. All of that can just go away. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, I know this isn't the most exciting stuff. I'm gonna get back to actually dev here in a sec once this compiles. We'll see how my current project's attempt went. But yeah, the documentation for this it was kind of lengthy, and so I mean I needed to now that things are simpler, the documentation should reflect it so that people can do things as easy as possible. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I've been plugging away at some of this EOC stuff for like all the additional stuff for like almost a month now, probably over a month, and so getting to kind of put it all together has been very satisfying, but has been for somehow the longest part of the whole process. Yeah. Yeah, the all of the faction camp stuff you've been doing is very thankless work. A big problem I think is a lot of people in the dev team don't actually use the feature very often. I think a lot of players, and in general, don't, and so it doesn't see a lot of love. And a lot of it is very frustratingly hard coded, and so I think it's I mean, it's hard work, right? It's because that a lot of that faction camp stuff's kind of been left by the wayside to an extent, and has not gotten the same love on Jasonizing as a lot of these other bits of the code have. Um, and yeah, I think with some love, it could really get integrated with a lot of other systems and start to feel really good. And once a project or a feature starts to feel good, other people want to work on it too. Like you get a lot of extra contribution and stuff once there's some eyes on it, and so it's all about just plugging away. In my experience, anyways, that's been mostly my experience with some of the work. It's good. It's good. Yeah, absolutely. I think that was a I think it's a great feature, and I think a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people lack the technical skill, but I think a lot of people that work on the game assume a lot of stuff is the way it is for a reason, and having that eye for like, well, this would make things better. Like, there's no, it's not something that needs to be argued about, the like the realism of it, or like the implementation. It's just like this would be just good for players. It's a quality of life UI thing. I think a lot of people assume that like stuff kind of is set in stone the way it is for a reason, and I mean I think that NPC menu is a perfect example of like such a not a I guess a simple change, but like such a concise change that has such a big impact on what's available for the player to do, right? Yeah, no, I mean that all makes perfect sense. It's yeah, I'm not. I guess I'm not. Yeah, it's like the. Oh, I'm sorry. That's very frustrating. Yeah, I rest up, take it easy. I mean, there's no harm in taking a few days to recuperate. The last time I had COVID, I had a fever for like a I couldn't function fever for like 15 hours, and then kind of like came around on it. So yes, I super feel your pain, and I hope you get better soon. What am I doing? All right, I'm online. Going to pop an EOC in somewhere. Yeah, that seems good. I mean, you can't argue with winning, right? Got to take those little victories when you can. All right, so now that I got the input stuff written, I gotta test and see if it actually works. So I'm gonna try and do an you see the test input that's gonna just try and write into a global test val. And now I just need to remember how to add a function. Would be like this, but changed. So values are in order, the prompt, and then this is the prompt, and then the default value, which will be 10, because why not? And I'm going to try and run this. Hopefully this works first try, and I don't have to debug it for forever. Because again, I really need to start getting some features out of the door. I've been wasting a lot of time on a bunch of stuff. And that's okay, but yeah, could be better. 'Cause, 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 What do you mean? Oh, no, it looks like this. Why did this happen? That's weird. I oopsied and I double... Yeah, that is exactly what the problem is. I don't know why I copied that in wrong. I'll have to fix that in a separate... here. You are absolutely correct. Thank you. Should get rid of. Oh my goodness, I know. Me and Jason have a very strained relationship. I feel like I'm constantly supporting him, and he's never doing anything for me. Okay, EOC test input. Ooh, that's weird. 100. And then we'll go to info. Right, global bears. I need to close my output for a second because I gotta open up a folder. I'm trying to be more responsible about that stuff. And we'll check our global variables. And we've got test value 0, so it did not assign. So that is odd. I'm going to guess the problem is... Goodness, that's bright. I'm going to guess the problem is the address stuff. There's something weird with me not loading this up right. Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, that it would have the okay, I thought maybe they all needed to be text. I don't know. I feel like with the val it would figure it out anyways, but you could very well be right. So let's try it. There's no reason not to. No, yeah, that's so it does need to be in quotes. There's here, I'll show you the logical chunk in case you're ever in this part of the code. The all of the incoming diag values or dialog values, they get evaled, and so that eval transforms them into a string, and then from there I am casting that default value to a float. And so that should be okay. I'm guessing it has something to do with the fact that I'm like not passing this in as an address. Like, no. Is it? No, that's not. How do they do it in Wish? Am I doing something stupid? Oh, I guess I should assign it a value. That makes sense. Start. And I don't think that's going to solve it, but that might solve my weird bounding error thing. So we'll just assign this to. Actually, I'll just. And so this is just. That's what I wanted. So that will just equal this, just in case. And then down here, I can do just return of this value if it was canceled. I'm going to try again. Well, this will only take a second. I haven't touched any headers, so it'll be quick to build. While it is, though, I am going to run to the washroom quickly, so I will be right back. And I'm back. And it's built. Want some music, too. Oh, thank you. I can try and listen to the song Your People, depending on if it's on title. What is it? Yeah, okay. Curious if I cancel it, if it'll work. No. No, of course not. That'd be too easy. Keep me posted. So the Seekers. What? The Seekers Farewell Live? Is that what I'm looking for? This right here. Okay. Is there a specific song, or should I just be? Okay, I am Australian. All right, I'll give it a shot. Oh no, what am I doing wrong? Oh yeah, I can't stream music on YouTube. That's a big no no. If you ever hear people with music while they're streaming, it's like all royalty free, or not royalty free, but like specifically for streaming music. That's like why so many like game streams have just like very brain dead like EDM or electronic going on. It's like that's one of the things that they won't get in trouble. They won't get copyright strikes for. Yeah, so I'm I am listening, but can't share that with everyone. It does let me listen to whatever I want to without being worried about what other people have to say about it. This is nice though. Thank you for sharing. Um, Gotta just be missing something. I gotta just be missing something. That's fun. Well, it's reading it because I mean, like, so the thing is, I guess last time I exited out, like I canceled, and it still didn't register, and that's what's really throwing me off. Because on cancel, it should be returning just the double value, which is which is like which is what I originally set, which is like 10.10 or 0 or whatever. Which is why I'm confused. Um, let's just make it like just hard coded for now. Oh, that song was nice. I think my dog might also be watching me code, so that's twice the luck, I believe. Okay, that time I didn't cancel. Nope, no luck. Um, just see if we always return a float. Or I guess, oh, I shouldn't be returning a float. Should be returning a double. I wonder if that's my mistake. Is that these are all doubles and not floats, and I've been doing that. I can't imagine that's it. But uh, let's see. Who knows? That is very relatable dog ownership. Yeah. Well, I think I didn't write this last time. Okay, so it is returning that. Okay, I bet if I just put the cell back in place and actually write it out, it'll work. Because I'm dumb. DD. I'll just. Where's this code? Yep, yep, yep. Yeah. Um, don't be too hard on them. Dogs are very pure. They don't deserve that kind of negative energy being thrusted upon. Is that actually true? Okay, that makes sense. I don't know. I don't know if you'd still have that dog if it had Malta toddler, but I guess I don't know how they do things down under though. So, oh, let's write out those variables. Boom, it works. Just me not actually testing appropriately. It'll work the whole time. Um, that is cute. That sounds like a very, very pretty um breed. Okay, so the C++ code works for this. I'll close that. All I got to do now is actually inject that in the places I want to use it. And so I'm going to do that with uh, in core files here. We've got all our core EOC stuff. Yeah, I'm very jealous of that. It's I have a very very well trained dog. She's very gentle and she's very sweet. But I can't bring her almost anywhere. There's like a couple of places in town that me and my partner are basically sick of because they're the only places we can go to eat when we have her with us, and it sucks to kennel a dog for like 4 hours or something to go out for some drinks. Yeah, I don't want to do all of this stuff. I want to get rid of all of this, like the playstyle configuration stuff. Yeah. Um, I'm gonna delete all this and all this. So it's just overcomplicating things. Um, well, I do want part of that back actually. Oops. Oh, I should swap a bunch of this stuff more to math too while I'm here. Math. Lifestyle. We'll default it to. Oh, I guess I gotta do it the other way so that people that are already playing get it fine. It's surprising for a programmer. Most programmers have some affinity, unless you're being bashful, I guess. It's fair enough. I mean, I think I'm okay at math, and I also mostly code like it's Lego. Which, speaking of which, Oops. I'm not sure if you mean that, like, if there were Cataclysm Lego sets, or if there was like a visual programmatical blocks coding language for Cataclysm. Um, because I imagine our rate of submissions would go way up if it was the second, which sounds like a lot of work for me. Oh, I see what you're saying. Hey, I mean, you can sprite whatever you want. We support ISO. I think a Lego style um, design could be, or I guess it wouldn't be Lego. It'd have to be like Mega Blocks or something that would be less litigation heavy. But there's something there. I think. I think we could. I think you can make that happen. Oh, I see what you're saying. Again, I think the only thing stopping you is just a pile and pile of work. I think it's mostly just spriting and JSON. I think the rest is all there. The underlying systems are all pretty robust. Pretty sure this is all junk too. I should get rid of. Yeah, I can get behind that. Whoops. Minus. Okay, that's all maths now. Just promise that. I'm gonna just do this last one. That shouldn't be there either. Okay, that's a file cleaned up. Nice and simple. Uh, this one's gonna be more annoying. Welcome, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I've never tried it in real life. I mean, I've definitely eaten some in a Fallout game before, and my character's never complained before. So, I don't know, you might be onto something. Uh, well, I think that less testing for health standards might be what gets you in in this case, but because we try and avoid letting the player do anything too weird, but I don't know. That's not even true. I don't know. Who knows? I'm not the person to ask about eating dog food or bring up. Oh God, I should check what I should check what the actual prompt is. That's interesting actually. I have a hellish time trying to get my dog to eat dog food. She's very picky. She's quite a princess about the whole process, and she knows she gets wet food once a day, so she really holds out for that, which is not great for her health. But so it's been a real nightmare trying to get her to be more open to eating uh, nutritionally balanced food. Let's see. It says input. Yeah, this is the prompt. So does it just comes up there. Okay. Okay, sure. Let's see. Welcome. 100. Put in the default. Then otherwise, I should clean this up too. Make this instead just this defaults. And then people don't need to pick specific values that's preset for them. They can input their own. Oh, sorry, I missed some of these. She does do a lot of like putting her paws up. We taught her a lot of tricks, and so like she knows like she gets treats when she does paw, and so she'll walk like she'll get right up to me and she'll sit down like she does for treats, and then she'll just paw at my leg, just hitting it over and over again, as a way to be like, I'm doing a trick, please feed me. But she isn't a very vocal dog. She's pretty quiet most of the time. Only when she's like really really worked up does she bark, and even then it's not much, which I think is we're pretty lucky for. But exactly, yeah. That's fine. Yeah, this one's a mess. What do I call these? Um, Tedious is what I would say. NPCs are better. Maps really suck to make. Because maps are really finicky. And so like, I mean, I don't know if you've ever looked at one of the maps in our code, but for the viewers at home, I'll pull one out here. So this is one of the levels of the aircraft carrier, and yeah, so you do this, and then it makes maps. Um, and it kind of sucks. Well, it doesn't suck, but it's tedious work, and so it's not bad if you're like making something that already exists. So like if you want to make a new house, you start by just copying one of these, and then kind of like the house data, and then modifying it how you want. And so basically, each of these like letters has associated terrain, item spawns, furniture, monster spawns, etc. Um, and those are either defined inline in here, or generally they're generalized up to a palette. And so, like the aircraft carrier palette here just specifies what each of these letters means, and how they layer together and stuff. And so, with like percent chances and stuff as well. And so, maps again are tedious. It's not the hardest work in the world. It's just like just got to do it. NPCs I find pretty easy to do. NPCs are just dialogue trees. It's so what I'm doing right now to configure the perks menu is NPC code. So basically, like that's under the hood. A lot of our stuff, like all of our scripting language, is based around our NPCs and our dialogue. And so yeah, so like this configuration menu for the perks mod is just a fake NPC. Basically, it creates a dialogue with nobody with specific talk options, and so each of these talk topics is a configuration menu, basically that you can kind of step through as a tree. Hopefully, that answers your question. There's a couple that kind of work. Um, the challenge is a mapping tool. It's hard for it to like work with everything, right? Like you kind of can't half-ass it because you don't want a mapping tool to like. Here, I gotta turn off my music so I can talk about this. You don't really want one of the mapping tools to only partially do stuff, because if it only kind of helps you just like lay out those text bits, most people on the team just use a spreadsheet for that, and it works fine. It actually kind of works better because it's lightweight, and you can like do kind of custom stuff if you need to, because it's not trying to like error check you. And then from there they just export their Excel grid. The So like if you really wanted one of these tools to be fully functional, it would need to support palettes and stuff as well. So the way I would see it in my head, and I'm never going to implement this, is basically that you would start with either importing a palette or a couple of palettes, or defining a palette, which is a thing that exists in our JSON. And then from that palette, it basically creates almost like a painting palette for you, where exactly the things in the palette are available and look like the sprite which you've loaded from a sprite sheet. Like you can pick Altica and it just shows you all like what each of your tiles would look like, and then you can just kind of snap map them together. And I think that would work really, really nicely. And then at the end, it would just export the palette itself that you've defined, as well as the map with the configured palette as well. But yeah, exactly. But again, it's like I think because yeah, there are a couple of tools. It'd be worth asking in the dev chat about them, because other people know what they all are. I don't. But a number of people have worked on them over the years. I think the big stumbling block, I guess, is like one of these tools needs to basically be feature complete to beat a spreadsheet, if that makes sense. Still on my thing? No. Yeah, exactly. And so, like I said, I think most of the really prolific mappers in the community just have like an Excel template that they use and reuse. And for some maps, they can be really impressive. I think it was Wist was actually talking about, and they're the when I'm pretty sure it was that they're the ones who made the TCL, like the Transcoastal Logistics Facility, and they were talking about they just had like an Excel sheet book basically with all the floors and submaps and stuff all kind of like built out in Excel to then export. So place out cost, place out perks cost, so perk cost. I do not want to pull that out. No. Just disabled. Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, it is very interesting. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's like whatever works for people, right? And it's like I said, as far as I know, none of the proposed tools have enough features to really justify um the curve of kind of learning them. That makes sense. Yep, this works good. Do not need you to run. So the only thing left is to go to the config menu. Oops, that's wrong. Yeah, and there's been some big proposals actually for um, setting up a like a base defense or like a base management mode where you just like you don't start as any NPC or you don't start as the like an avatar. You just are kind of the floating camera, RimWorld style. There's definitely some proposals on the GitHub related to it. I think Eric has one. Let me check really quick. I got time. No rush. And obviously, you can do whatever you want. You don't have to follow someone else's suggestions, but there's been discussion, I guess. If I go to Perk, uh, can I just? God, he writes so many of these. um, faction. None of this is helping me. Um, yeah, okay. I'm not going to be able to find it. Anyways, there has been discussion. Um, yeah, about such things. So it's definitely something that the team would be interested in supporting and working on supporting. It would be a good way to kind of stretch the legs of our behavior trees stuff for NPCs and actually get people working on making their logic better so they can kind of be self-sustaining, right? So I think it would be overall a good thing. For menu. Only other thing we need to do. Oh, or format this because I can't see anything. Um, 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 um. Yeah, I mean that is fair. I mean, so the big thing is like we have um implemented like some really lightweight solutions for stuff like this. Like behavior trees do just kind of work. It's just not well used chunks of code to the point where I actually didn't believe that it was fully implemented in JSON, but it is. And so we do have like a BT implementation to kind of help aid with this stuff and kind of simplify it out. There's also like there's been discussion in the past of like setting most entities to passive most of the time, and then having like almost sentinels. So like it's like NPCs would need to eat sometimes, but they don't constantly need to be like evaluating like are there threats around, where should I be going, etc. Like for the most part, they should just be standing still, shutting the fuck up, and not really paying attention to anything. But if you do that, then the player can take advantage of that if they're not paying attention. And so the goal would be to basically, in like heavily populated areas, set like some NPCs in like a dormant state, so they're not currently processing. But then having like people like the guards in the facility still doing everything, and then they would be able to basically set a trigger to alert other NPCs to go in out of that dormant state. So if you just like park in the evacuation center like parking lot and start reading, it's not going to be costly because a lot of the people inside are just it's business as usual. I need to eat 3 times a day, drink some water, don't need to think about anything else. And there's only a couple of people that are doing that constant processing of like, are there monsters? Do I need to alert everyone? Yada yada yada. What else am I doing? Two. Deduct the number of perks by the playstyle cost. Because that is what this set does. Yeah, I 100% agree on that. It is very hard to test a lot of that stuff as well, and like I do not think we have particularly robust unit testing for it either, and that's the really frustrating part. There's certain chunks of the code that I'm very confident that I can't really break. Like I could, but it would be very difficult for me to because like there's enough of a test suite surrounding it that like all of the kind of the expected results are kind of tested for, and so that's a big one for sure. Yeah, that those chunks of the code can be very frightening or annoying to play with because it's like, what if 6 months down the line someone's like, hey, this has been broken for a while, and we've just never gotten the bug report, and it's been very disruptive to people's play styles or to people's play. Costs. I feel like I'm done. I don't want to jinx it, but I think I got all this configuration done for this finally. Let's just reset the world. All right. Thank you very much. Take care. Have a good day. See ya. Five, 16. Oh, stupid. Guess I can just do minus equals will work. Jump through. Customize setting. Custom value. I want it to be 10 experience to the first level. And I want it to be 150 to every subsequent. Tab free recs. We want a custom cost of just one. Just want it to cost one. That sounds perfect. Okay, so all of that worked, which is awesome. Because I was very frightened that something was wrong. I'm gonna have to fix this too. I'll actually clean that up right now before I keep going. So do not forget Perk menu. Up here. Get rid of this since it does not matter. Okay, let's try that again. See how that looks. Should have left it out, honestly. Okay. Lifestyle perks. Level 0. 0 points to spend. XP. XP max level. Cool. And I probably can just actually set myself to 10 and everything. Go teleport myself into town. Oh, I did not. Cool, okay. I don't think that was a thing last time I would have done this. A nice spray. Make myself a combat knife. Sure that I'm. I do not appear to be gaining experience. So what did I break? Oh, this is going to be a function now. Right, I'm going to have to use the shim. Do, do, do. XP. I just do the XP. So there's like a way to. Yeah, okay, so it's like this, basically. Glad I checked. It would have been pretty embarrassing if I broke everything. That seems right. Try again. It'll probably actually just like immediately boost me a level. Or like I'll be over and killing anything will level me because it'll have tracked the EXP on the character, but it just wouldn't have been querying it on the EOC, right? I think. Oh, this goes away too. Not to kill something. Oh, cool. I forgot the civilians are in. That's awesome. I'm really hyped about that. Don't worry, buddy. I'll save you. So I can grab something, including if I want. Isn't there? Okay, so I'm missing the other perk menu, so that's not great. So it's updated. So I am missing the menu for the playstyle perks. Right, that should be 0. Oh, and that will work. I'll check now. I do have the playstyle perks. There's only 2 of them right now. I need to add one. I need to add a thing here uh, for the other stuff, but that's okay. And then okay, that's good. Then we go. So that's all there. That works. Yeah, let's just add the requirement for empath. There's just not going to be one because that seems fine. So let's just we'll copy this. Search this up, make sure I've got the trait right. I do. Should probably require something cool, like you killed a bunch of stuff. But again, really just trying to get this out at this point. So it looks right. So I'm gonna restart one more time. I'm gonna actually test some of these perks out. And if they all work, this will be just require linting, and then it'll all be good to go. Thank God, finally. But that's great. Then I can focus on all of the other C++ stuff I've been putting off. Or play Zelda. It'll be one of the 2 things will happen. I can't make any promises. Give me a perk point. And with that perk point, I'd like to go to playstyle perks. I would like to be an empath. So I now have empath, which let's see if it works. I got zombie empathy right now, which I believe means I'm basically. I'm gonna hold tab and see how this goes. Ooh, we're getting surrounded, but all right, yeah, I suppose I'm just gonna get grabbed to death. The new grab changes, probably as things should be. That's annoying that it can take your weapon out of your hands. That needs a prompt. Cool. Grab playing God. Finish killing these guys. curious about... So I'm supposed to have zombie empathy on, which I thought meant... that you don't have any pain. Why? Why would that be the case? You should be able to be pain immune. It's dumb. That's really dumb. That should be better. Um, yeah, okay. I don't want to compile that right now, though. Um, and then we just do... oh, right, there's one more perk to test. Perk to test. I've also changed it. There's two, actually. I just got distracted with the empath stuff. And if they all work, then I'll be able to get this out the door, and I'll be able to do it in much smaller, more approachable chunks, which will be very welcome as a change. I didn't give myself the perks yet. Oh, I haven't given myself any of the perks yet. So, give me a perk point. Still perks. I'm gonna give myself Playing God. Take that. I believe I've got to... Okay, so that's not great that you do have to activate it, so I'll have to figure that out. But I think the homunculi will work. Yeah, I've already crafted them before. The the mod makes you create meat monstrosities, or that perk makes you create meat monstrosities out of the flesh of dead zombies. It's kind of fun. That one's fine. Well, I'll fix the thing with it. There's got to be a better way to do that. Go. Can I just... Cool. That's great. Not that it fails. Unstoppable force. Does not have a description yet. I'm gonna have to fix that too. Okay, so I bet whoa. What do you mean? Didn't make it. Check that again. Oh, the DPS is just crazy. Was I debugging and just like left something weird in? Perks. Math parser die. Why? Curious. So my character shouldn't have any real armor. So I do not know why I'm getting absurd DPS when I've got it on. The Juggernaut perk should just add to your item bash damage, your armor, to bash on your torso. But it instead is doing something kind of cuckoo bananas, it seems. Player mutate. What's the name of it? Stop the force. Oh no, I just... That's just my DPS. Okay. I didn't realize that. Oh, I guess I've got 10 in the skill. Okay, well that's really funny, but that's just how that works. So instead, okay, let's do this again. So those are like my numbers. I don't know if it's going to update automatically, but let's go. Base hardened heavy plate mail, which has some big values. I'll check the values on this. They went down because my stuff went down. Okay, so that's a bad idea. It's hardened. Just the chest plate. And maybe it went down still, but we'll see if it feels like I'm getting extra damage. Yeah, quickly for 88 seems... Oh, yeah. We're... We got the bonus for sure. Yeah. Okay. Wowzers. Alright, so that one works. I think I want to change this by something. I want like to be able to query weapon speed as well, because otherwise that is just too outrageous. And so I don't know, can we query attack speed? Um, let me just check. It's gonna start to debug or start to build. It's too late in the stream to get into something, but I'm gonna do it anyways. All right, and then I'm going to go. Just curious, what is it? Yep, base moves per attack. I want adjust moves per attack. See how this is calculated. Attack cost. Oh yeah, this is what I wanted. I wanted attack speed for the player character. Okay, cool. And so I'm just gonna quickly add. As the rest of them are. Keep it standardized. It's up here anyways. You up. I don't know why I did that. It's right here. Now it's gonna move real slow and hitch. Move really slow and hitch. Attack speed eval. And so attack speed eval is just. It'll be like basically. I'll just steal pain eval for now. Anticipate SD actor. We want to instead put virtual and attack speed 0. Then for character talker. Attack speed. I see. Oh, easy. So that returns the attack speed of the item. And then what I want to do there is go. Because I don't want, I don't want really fast weapons to be messing with this. So I want basically like this value to be at. That's kind of your ideal. And so I want it to be multiplied by. U speed. That's what it'll be for, aren't yeah. U attack speed. Are divided by 200. And so basically you would get full value at a weapon that swings at 200 speed, and you get under half with something like a combat thing. So that way it's not as absurd, but it'll still be a pretty hefty bonus for a lot of players. I think this is pretty powerful. And I'd have to build to test this again, but that should be good. So the only thing left for me to work on is the Frankenstein stuff, and it's just I've just gotta reorganize it basically. Where is Frankenstein? So just like don't start active. So then it'll get activated and then you'll get it. So I'll just specify that maybe. Yeah, sure, that works. Sorted. Okay, I think that's everything. A lot of changes tonight. Did a bunch of stuff. Hopefully that was of some interest to some people. I'm glad I got this this PR done. Basically, the only thing left to do is lint it, which for anyone who doesn't know, the way I do this is if you build the game, there is a styler that builds, and so you can I just run it with PowerShell, and then this will just lint every file, and I don't need to think about it. Yeah, so I'm gonna wrap things up. I'm pretty tired, but this Pokemon Overhaul's done. Lots of conversions to math, a couple of new math functions added, with some dumbness on my part, but overall, it's getting there. Yeah, thanks anyone who watched. Have a good day.